Shalom Ezrael, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, all praises, glory to Yahweh, Hallelujah, praise Yahweh. And saying that, what we're going to get into and what we're going to touch on are the things that y'all need to know and understand. Because at the end of the day, many righteous, many believers, they die outside of their faith. Despite them reading the Bible, despite of their confessions and belief. Because they lack understanding in what they worship. Because see, understand, the church is a religious organization of man. The church is not designed to teach you or to give you an understanding of what you worship in. To give you an understanding of what this political game is about and how it's all biblically related. The church is designed to keep you in idolatry because the church knows that the children of Israel, the nation of Israel, the 12 tribes are enslavement to these other nations politically and religious enslavement. You understand me? Meaning that a lot of you all are enslaved to Christianity, a lot of you all are enslaved to Judaism and Islam, or I'll say the Abrahamic religions. And saying that, let me get let's go to 2 Peter 1 and 12. 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 12. Wherefore I would not be negligent to put you always in remembrance of these things, though you know them and be established in the present truth. And the things that I put y'all in remembrance is politics and religion. Because when you go down my page, you get an understanding of what this game is about. You get a better understanding of what y'all worship. You get an understanding of this political war that's being played out spiritually. You understand me? So I'm not going to be negligent to constantly put y'all into remembrance of politics and religion. Because politics and religion is what this game is about. Politics and religion is what the scriptures is about. Because see, understand the Bible is a political book. And you got political events that's going to take place. Do you understand me? See, so at the end of the day, you have to understand politics. You understand me? And a lot of you all lack understanding of the scriptures. You understand me? Because see, understand, this is not a religious book. The scriptures is a political book. It's a book of law. And that law is what you call theocracy. You understand me? Theocracy is a divine intervention. The commandments is one legal system. Okay? That's divided into two. You have a divine and a philosophical system. Do you understand me? See, so y'all lack understanding of the scriptures and understanding of politics. So y'all fall victim to the schemes and the deceitfulness of the Democrats. You understand me? So I'm not going to be negligent to constantly put y'all in remembrance of these things. You understand me? See, so in order to understand the end and how politically it's being played out, you have to learn. You have to know and understand politics. You understand me? And we're finna get a little better understanding. Okay? And matter of fact, let's go to the book of Revelations, and let me get Revelations 13. We start at 1. Revelations chapter 13 verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea. Now when he says that sea, he's not talking about a body of water. Actually, what he's talking about is the body of people that's along that seashore line. You understand me? Because a group of people is like a body of sea. Let's read that again. Revelations 13 verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name blasphemy. And what he talking about, it's not the Roman Empire. What he talking about, Western Europe. You understand me? After the split, because the Roman Empire was one, but it got so big to where Deutschland divided into what we know in that Eastern and Western Europe. See, so when he saw that beast, he talking about Western Europe. You understand me? And the 7 heads are the ones that I have these stars next to. These are the 7 heads, right? So these 7 heads is what you call NATO to this day. What? National what it is? National Atlantic Treaty Organization, something like that. But the 7 heads is what we know as NATO. Now the 10 toes are Belgium, Netherlands, and Switzerland. that's added to the 7 heads that makes up the 10 toes. See, understand, Belgium, Netherlands, and Switzerland, they are socialist countries. These three have taken the place of other nations. I mean, not other nations, but other tribes. You understand me? See, so when it says that beast of the east, he's talking about Western Europe. You understand me? Not Eastern Europe, but he's talking about Western Europe. So you have the 10 heads, which is from Belgium, Netherlands, Switzerland, Germany, Italy, France, England, Adroa, Spain, and Portuguese. These are the 12. The 7 heads are what we call NATO to this date. You understand? Let's read that again. Revelations, chapter 13, verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And upon his horn 10 crowns, and upon his head the name blasphemy. And you have that name blasphemy. You understand me? And the name blasphemy that y'all have to this day is what you call Jesus. You understand me? All right, what's going on, brother? You have Jesus to this day, and that's blasphemy, because his name is not Jesus. Jesus don't exist. The letter J never existed till around what, 1700s. So JSUS, that was kept through translation. You understand me? See, these are the things that y'all like understanding in. These are the things that y'all supposed to be talking about when y'all in Bible study. You're supposed to be asking questions. You understand me? And getting a better understanding of what you worshiping. Because many righteous, many believers died idol worshiping, despite them reading the Bible, despite them praying to God and living a moral life. You understand me? They died outside of their faith because they lack understanding of what life is about, what the Bible, the political game is about, because it's all related. You understand me? Because life is built on politics and religion. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so the beast that came up out of the sea, we're talking about Western Europe. Now let's go down to 11. Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld. Now when he said beheld, that means he held that vision. He held that vision for a long X amount of time. You understand? See, so when he says behold, that's a short period of time. So when you hold something, you held something, you held it for a minute. You understand? Let's read that again. And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth. See, so he beheld for an extra period of time. He seen the beast that come out of the earth, and the beast he seen come out of the earth is America. You understand me? I'm gonna give you an example. Let me give you an example. Let's go to Daniel. Let me get to the book of Daniel, and let me give an example. Let's go to Daniel 7, and then I'm going to go ahead into verse 9. Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down of the ancient days did sit. Meaning that he beheld, meaning that he seen the beginning and the end of all kingdoms come to the beginning of kingdoms, and he seen the end of kingdoms. You understand me? He's seen the beginning of the world, and he's seen the end of the world, or the end of all creation. You understand? So he beheld that vision. He's seen. Okay? Let's go back. Revelations chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and had 2 horns like a lamb, and spoke as a dragon. Now America got 2 horns. The 2 horns that he's talking about is Alexander, that Greek, you understand me? And that other horn is the Roman Empire. You understand? Let's read that again. And he had 2 horns like a lamb, and spoke as a dragon. Now that dragon is talking about Leviathan. See, understand, but that's another video. Leviathan is not an actual dragon, sea monster that you all think when y'all read the scriptures. See, understand, Leviathan is a man governing system of, Leviathan is a governing system of man. See, so when you go back to the Garden of Eden, that snake symbolizes the lower nature of man, the physical nature of man. See, y'all lack understanding about the Garden of Eden. Y'all lack understanding in certain areas. Because see, understand, to break these scriptures down, you have to have a divine spirit. You can't break these spirits down in the philosophical spirit of man. Because the philosophy and the ideology of man varies. You understand? Like Christianity is one religion, but you got 7 branches. And these seven branches of Christianity, they go against each other because when they read the Bible, they get different political views. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so he spoke like a dragon, and that dragon is that governing system of man. Okay, like in America, you have America has bureaucracy, which means the government control, right? When you go to Russia and China, they are communism countries, right? They control. Okay, see, so communism and bureaucracy is the same. Do you understand me? It is what it is. Then you have a world governing system of man in the play. Okay? Y'all have to understand these things. See, y'all supposed to ask questions in Bible study. You're supposed to be asking your pastor so you can get an understanding. Because see, according to the C4 Charter, no religious organization can go against the church. Can go against these politicians or expose these politicians. You understand me? And a lot of these Israelite camps embrace that blasphemy name of Jesus. You understand me? A lot of you all embrace the philosophy, ideology of man, even though you believe in God. So what happens is that you die in idol worship. You die outside of your faith. You understand me? Let's read that again, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and it had 2 horns like a lamb, and spoke as a dragon. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And that first beast whose deadly wound was healed was the Roman Empire. Do you understand me? It was wounded, and the Roman Empire was wounded through philosophy. Do you understand me? That philosophy is what we know as democracy, because democracy is a philosophical view that stands for Demetrius Democritus. Do you understand me? See, y'all lack understanding of the political terminology that the politicians use. When they say democracy is under threat, they're not talking about freedom. It does not mention freedom. What they talking about when they say democracy under threat is the philosophical views of the Democrats. That's under a threat due to a divine governing system. So you have a political war that's been played out through the Democrats and Republicans. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is, right? See, so understand, the Roman Empire was wounded through democracy. You understand? In fact, let's go to the book of Daniel. Let's go into the book of Daniel, the 2nd chapter, and then I want 35, but we're gonna start at 31 so we can get a better understanding. Daniel, chapter 2, verse 31. And thou, O King, sawest, and behold, a great image. The great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. And the form was terrible because they governed. You had different styles of governing. The image head was fine gold, his breast and arms as silver, his belly and thighs of brass, his leg of iron, the feet part iron and part clay. Okay, and it's talking about the kingdoms from the Roman Empire of the feet all the way to Babylon. So we're talking about Babylon, the Persians, the Medes, okay, all the way to the Greeks, all the way down to the Roman Empire. So that's these kingdoms of the earth is what we know as a beast. That beast is him. Him is governed by man, because it talks about man. Okay? Now let's go to verse 34. Thou sawest till the stone was cut out without hand, which smote the image upon the feet that were iron and clay, and break them into pieces. And that stone cut out without hand is talking about democracy. Do you understand me? Verse 35. Then the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, the gold broke into pieces together, and became like the shaft of a summer threshing floor, and the wind carried them away, that there was no place found for them. And when they say that wind carried away, that wind is talking about history. As time passes and time lapses, as time go on, as this world turns, they become like the wind. Do you understand me? So it's talking about in history, they no longer exist. See, so America is not the revival of the Roman Empire. Y'all got that misunderstanding. You understand me? Let's read that again, verse 35. Daniel chapter 2, verse 35. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces and became like the shaft of a summer threshing floors. And the wind carried them away no more, away that no place was found for them. And that stone that smoked that image, and that stone that smoked that image, that smoked the feet of the Roman Empire, is democracy. It's philosophy. You understand me? Philosophy is a views, right? Democracy is the philosophical view of man. You understand? That's that no place was found for them. And the stone that smoked the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. And that mountain is talking about democracy, because American political system is built on democracy. You got Russia, Putin, his political system is built on democracy, because Putin had to be voted in. I think this is what, third or fourth time being voted into office. Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israelis, they have to be voted in. Sean Payne of China, political system is based on democracy. And Modi of India, he had to be voted into power. Do you understand me? See, so democracy not only means democracy is a governing system of man. You understand me? And that democracy is a philosophical view that stands for Demetrius Democritus, who was a Greek philosopher, I think, Roman or Greek philosopher. You understand me? That's where we get the word democratic from. That's where we get the word democrat from. Okay? Do you understand me? See, so democracy smoked that image and broke them up into what we know as pieces. Do you understand me? Politically and religiously, they was broken into pieces to what we know as countries. You have the 7 heads, which is NATO, Western Europe. You have the 3 added to the 7 that makes up the 10 toes, and then you have Eastern Europe. You understand me? See, so democracy split the Roman Empire into what we know as Western and Eastern Europe. Let's go back on Revelations. Let's go back Revelations. Let's start at 13 and 11. Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, which is America, and had 2 horns like a lamb, and spoke as a dragon. He exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. You understand? See, so he's talking about America, because America come out of the earth. And in fact, let's go over to let's go to Revelation 17, and I'm gonna start at 1, and we're gonna go down. Revelations chapter 17, verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels, which had 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. And that great whore sitteth upon many waters is America. You understand me? America is a girl. America is a female. America is a mother. America is known for the land of milk and honey. You understand me? Now that girl, that whore, that goes back into Babylon. You understand me? Babylonia. That goes back to Semiramis, because Semiramis created that religion in Babylon. When Nimrod died, she tricked the people and told them that he was the sun god. So you have sun worshiping. Sun worshiping to this day is what we know as Christianity. You understand me? When she died, she became the moon goddess. Or the scriptures call her the queen of heaven. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so when it says that whore, it's talking about America, because America is a whore. See, like girls They sleep around with this man, sleep around with that man, sleep around with that man. With the male, it's called the gigolo, but with the female, it's called the whore. You understand me? Because she with this person, that person, that person, and that person. That's how America is. America deal with this country, that country, that country, and that country. Do you understand me? They have allies. You understand? It is what it is. Let's read that again. Revelation chapter 17, verse 1. And there came one of the seven angels which had seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. And it's not talking about the geographical location of Babylon, because Babylon is a monarchy system. So when you're talking about it's America, because America is Babylon. Babylon is a monarchy system. America has a monarchy system, meaning one man rule. And America sits on many waters. You got the Pacific, you got the Atlantic, you got the Gulf, you got the Florida Straits, you got Lake Ontario, and you got the Mississippi River. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so America is surrounded by bodies of water. You understand me? See, so when these storms hit on the East Coast, especially on the southeast of the United States, they be flooded out. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. All right. Verse 2. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Meaning that the prime ministers, the kings today is what we call prime ministers and ambassadors. And what happened is that they flirt with America. They flirt with America through foreign policies and agendas. You understand me? Economic trade and so forth. You understand me? It is what it is. Now the inhabitants are basically not the elected officials, but the inhabitants are the regular people. Like the American people or the regular people. They are drunken off that wine. They drunken off the philosophical views of here in America of the Democrats. You understand me? They drunk with these ideology and philosophical views of man that violates and make a mockery out of Yahweh God. You understand? That's why Christ said that I think when Matthew 4, he came to set free those that are captive to the ideology and the philosophical views of man. Because a lot of you all are captive to that democracy. You all think that democracy means freedom when it don't mean freedom. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, y'all like understanding that it's political game because it's all politically related. You understand me? It is what it is, and they drunk off the foreign policies. You understand me? And when it comes to religious worship and practices also. You understand? Verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit and in the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy. And the names is blasphemy. Why? Because the Roman Empire was a polytheism empire. They believed in multiple gods. Then it became a monotheism empire. You understand me? Then you had in the 2nd, 3rd century philosophy and religion popping up. You understand me? So religion and philosophy broke up the Roman Empire into what we know as countries. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is, all right? And the names are blasphemy. Why? Because y'all call them Zeus, y'all call them Jesus, and so forth. Y'all have different names, okay? And that's blasphemy, all right? It is what it is. Let's read verse 3 again. Verse 3 again. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet beast, which is talking about Western Europe, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And again, what it's talking about, it's America. The 7 heads, Germany, Italy, France, England, Argentina, Spain, and Portugal. 7 heads. The 10 toes, Switzerland, Netherlands, and Belgium. And that great whore that they talking about is America. Do you understand me? Because America came out of the earth. America came out of England. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's go back to let me go back to 13. Revelations 13. Let me go back to verse 11. Revelations chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth. And that beast that came out of the earth is what again known as America. You understand me? The Roman Empire was never defeated, was broken into what we know as Eastern, Western Europe countries. You understand me? And America came out of England. America got its religious independence from England. Yet America is still tied to England when it comes to the finances. Do you understand? Let's go let's finish up verse 4. Let's start from the beginning of Revelation 17. And then we start from 1. Revelation chapter 17, verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels which had 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Right, now let's go down to verse 4. Let's go down to verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit and in the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet beast full of the names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns, which is Western Europe. The 7 heads is what we know as NATO. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet colored, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. And what he's talking about is capitalism, because America is a religious country. America believes in God, okay? And God, financial institution, is what we call capitalism. Because Yahweh God himself is a capitalist. You understand me? See, so when it comes to capitalism, you have freedom in the capitalism. Do you understand me? There is no freedom in socialism and communism and bureaucracy, because they all government rule, man control, man enslavement of economic policies. Do you understand me? And in fact, let me go to get y'all a better understanding. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus. Let me get Ecclesiasticus 5. And let's go to 18. We're going to start at 19, but then we're going to go up to verse 18. Ecclesiasticus chapter 5, verse 19. Every man also to whom Yahweh God has given riches and wealth, and have given him the power to eat thereof, to take his portion, and to rejoice in his labor. This is the gift of God. And capitalism is the gift for you to make money, double that, and enjoy life. Okay? See, so when you enjoy life is when you have money, because you have money to move around. See, so there is freedom into capitalism. Socialism, bureaucracy, and what the Democrats and their agenda are economic enslavement. There is no freedom in socialism. There's no freedom into bureaucracy. There is no freedom into Marxist movements. You understand me? Although they practice capitalism themselves. You understand? But to see other people practicing capitalism, they don't like that. You understand me? It's all about enslavement. Okay? Because life is built on slavery. You understand me? Life is built on captivity. You understand? Now, if the children of Israel would have kept the commandments, we'll be ruling right now over the Gentiles. Right now, we'll be ruling this world. You understand me? But the children of Israel rejected the commandments. So now to this day, the nation of Israel is an economic enslavement. It doesn't matter what country that they are in, or whether they are scattered into the 4 corners. You understand? Let's go up to verse 18, Ecclesiasticus 5. Ecclesiasticus chapter 5, verse 18. Behold that which I have seen. It is good and comely for one to eat and drink, and to enjoy the good of all his labor, that he taketh under the sun all the days of his life, which Yahweh giveth him, for it is his portion. See, so capitalism is a gift. There's freedom in the capitalism. Do you understand me? Capitalism is a profit and for profit and production, profit for me, profit and production, whatever how you say it, how it goes. You understand me? See, so if you own your chain of stores, you're going to always bring in money, and you're going to be able to hire people, and you're going to pay those people so that they can put food on their table. Do you understand me? So they're going to make money. See, I'm heavy into capitalism. You understand me? See, so I understand the agendas of of these politicians. That's why a lot of people and the black people supported Trump despite them being Democratic minded. Because all them issues about abortions and homosexuality don't got nothing to deal with the economic finances of America, especially the so-called African Americans here in America. It's all about that economic. So they depend on the government. You understand me? See, so understand that the government know that the children of Israel here in America is in economic enslavement. You understand me? See, so capitalism is very important, and a lot of y'all go against capitalism. Y'all vote against capitalism because y'all support Jasmine Crockett, AOC, Bernie Sanders. Y'all support the left-stream media. And understand that the left-wing media are enslavement. You understand me? Enslavement are policies of man. So like, I'm gonna put it in that way. The policies and regulations of man are to enslave. You understand me? Man enslave man. Okay? But life is built on slavery. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Okay, so it's talking about America. Let's go back. Revelations, chapter 17, verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and in scarlet beast color and decked out with gold and precious stones and pearls. Oh no, y'all can pass those on.
We're listening.
Oh no, I can pass those.
That's
Okay.
what we're working on today.
Oh, okay.
We're working on a video course.
Okay, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and the filthiness of her fornication. Meaning that America, they lifestyle, their culture goes against the Bible. Say like they believe in God, right? Y'all believe in God, but y'all support policies that go against your same very belief system. So a lot of you are religious people, y'all die outside of your faith despite of you reading the Bible and praying and going to church. Because see, homosexuality is abomination, right? Because that's unnatural. But yet y'all believe in God, y'all go to church, and y'all support these politicians that believe in that stuff. You understand me? See, y'all have to understand we're in a political battle. That political battle is played out spiritually. Because you have a divine system of God, and then you have a philosophical system of man. Worshiping is an act of obedience. So who are you going to obey? You're going to obey the governing system of man and the Democrats, or you're going to obey the commandments of God? You understand me? There is no in between. You understand? And a lot of you all lack understanding. Despite of you reading the Bible, you die outside of your faith. Many righteous, many believers. That's why he said, I call many, but only a few is chosen. You understand? See, understand the church as a whole is not designed to teach you what y'all worshiping and give you an understanding of what y'all watching when y'all watch these media outlets. Because again, these politicians' agendas are playing out Yahweh prophecies. You understand? It is what it is. Let's go to verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. Okay? And that mystery is surrounded by myth and legend. You understand me? This the Babylonian doctrine is surrounded by myth and legend. You understand? Hey, it is what it is. See, so these are what y'all these are the things that y'all supposed to be learning and understanding when y'all in y'all Bible studies. Y'all don't ask questions. You understand me? It is what it is. Let's go down to verse 7. Revelation chapter 17, verse 7. And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I tell thee the mystery of the woman and the beast that carries her, which have 7 heads and 10 horns. The beast that thou sawest was, and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and shall go into perdition. And here we're talking about, again, talking about America. You understand me? America is that 8. Notice how I got these red stars next to Germany, Italy, France, England, Argentina, Spain, and Portuguese. And then I got in red America. See, you have the 7 heads, which is NATO, and America is that 8th beast that come out of England. See, so when he beheld, he seen the split from America coming out of England. You understand me? He seen that split because he beheld and seen the beast come out of the earth. See, so he seen the American, what you call it, the American Revolutionary War. He's saying when America got its independence religiously. Do you understand me? Financially, they're still tied to England. So when America goes to war, you see the British, England right there. When England go to war, you're going to see America. Do you understand me? See, so you have the 7 heads of NATO, and then you have America, which make the 8. That was not yet, and it's to come, and now America is here. Do you understand? Let's go down. Verse 9. And here is the mind which have, no, let's finish up. Verse 8. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names are not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold that beast that was and is not and yet is. Meaning that y'all behold that beast. Y'all didn't behold that beast for X amount of time. Y'all behold that beast that wasn't yet. Meaning that y'all into America. Make America great again. Champion for democracy. Democracy under threat. You understand me? All these Marxist movements that y'all are into. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so your name, see, so understand that life, your faith is already written. Now, if your name is not in that book of life, you will worship that beast, meaning that you're going to obey the government. You're going to obey the policies and regulations. You're going to obey these politicians' agendas. You understand me? Because y'all like understanding of what y'all worshiping. Y'all like understanding of what y'all voting for. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Now let's go to verse 9. And here is the mind which have wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains which the woman sitteth. And again, the 7 mountains that the woman sit on is America. Okay? The 7 heads is what we know today as NATO. You understand? See, so America is that 8 beast. Alright? Let's go down to verse verse 10. And there are 7 kings. 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet. And when he cometh, he must have but a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7th, and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. And what he talking about, they're going to receive an hour with that beast. It's mean that they're going to be on the same mind. It's basically talking about they're going to have the same policies. Okay, you're going to have these same politicians with the same agenda get voted in the office. You understand? And once they get voted, they pass these policies and regulations. And these policies and regulations are being implemented here in America through your local governing system. The school board, the local county, and official electors that's in office. The city judge, the prosecutor. You understand me? Then you got the state. See, so you got the lower level of government, governing people of the government that exercise they or push these agendas into the community. Not just the federal election, but you have to pay attention to the locals elections too, because they implement these policies of the politicians. Do you understand me? It is what it is. See, so you have 7 kings and 5 are fallen, and 1 is 1 is not yet. See, so you have 7 kings. Do you understand me? These are the 7 kings. 5 is fallen. 1 Portuguese, 2 right that fell, 3 England because they split, 4 Germany. Do you understand me? It is what it is. Okay? You have the 5. And you have Jonah. And you have a drawer. You understand me? And 1 is not yet. They're talking about America. You understand me? So you have what? 7 kings and 5 of them fell. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5. Cause Germany with World War One and World War Two. Okay, let me break it down a little bit. You had Germany with World War One, World War Two with their economy, cause it was split. Okay, you had to split with England and America in the war, and then you had Portuguese, right, and then you had Spain. Understand me? And you had the England and America got the treaty in 1803 or in the 1800s, and you had the Louisiana Purchase when the French Napoleon sold America over 500,000 acres of land. What we know today in the history books as the Louisiana Purchase, right, from I think from Spain. Okay, do you understand me? See, so these are the seven, and then you have five that fallen. Portuguese rule, Spain rule, England, they're still in the power, but they are weak. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is, okay? See, so what he talking about is Western Europe, and he talking about America. And America right Western Europe. Why? Because there's seven kings, they need America. Okay, and when Trump said I'm gonna back out of NATO, France, Italy, and Germany and all of them got upset. You understand me? They got upset because America is a part of them, but it's separated from them from religious and philosophical views or through democracy. Do you understand me? That keep them separated. You understand? Hey, it is what it is, okay? And they all gonna have one mind, meaning that all these seven heads and 10 toes, they're gonna have the same policies in each one of these countries. You're gonna have the left wing pushing the same agendas. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. In fact, let me go. Let's go into the Apocrypha, and let's get Second Ezra's. I'm gonna get Second Ezra's what 12. Okay, and I'm gonna start at 18, but I want verse 10 so we can get a better understanding of everything. Because see, the end is played out politically. The end of prophecy is played out politically. That's why Yahweh told Daniel to close up the book, seal up the book to the end time. Do you understand me? Matter of fact, let me see like what let me see if I get that. Let me get Daniel 12 and 4. Daniel chapter 12 verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, set up the words and set up the book, even to the time of end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And let's go down to verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And the wise are those that apply that biblical knowledge. Do you understand me? So they're going to understand what they worship, and they're going to understand the political game that's been played. Okay, they're going to see through the politics, like how Superman of Dalton politics. You understand me? You're going to be able to see these things. You're going to be able to know the terminology. See, so when you go to my page, T.F.Y, Israelite, Miami Israelite, you're going to see how I indulge and how I point out the governing system of this world. I give y'all a breakdown and a little understanding about the government and the politicians, okay, and their agenda and what this game is about and what y'all worshiping. So I'm not going to be negligent to continuously put y'all into these remembrances, because this is what y'all need to know and understand on a daily basis, because you're in a spiritual battle, and that spiritual battle is played out politically. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's go to Second Ezra in the Apocrypha 12 and 10. Second Ezra, chapter 12, verse 10. And he said unto me, this is the interpretation of the vision. The eagle which thou sawest coming up from the sea is the kingdom which was seen in the vision of thy brother Daniel. Right? And now that eagle is not talking about the Roman Empire. That eagle, what he's talking about is what we call Western Europe. the 7 heads and the 10 toes. Do you understand me? Not Eastern Europe, but only Western Europe only. Okay? And that's the eagle. Okay? Verse 12. But it was not expounded unto him. Therefore now I declare it unto thee. Behold, the days will come that there shall rise up a kingdom upon the earth, and it shall be feared above all the kingdoms that were before it. And that kingdom that's going to rise up is the Roman Empire. Because see, the Roman Empire ruled with an iron fist. They broke the other kingdoms into what we know into pieces. You understand me? It is what it is. The Roman Empire was never defeated. It was broken through religion and philosophy. You understand? Excuse me. Hey, it is what it is. Verse 13. Behold, the days will come that there shall rise up a kingdom upon the earth, and it shall be feared above all the kingdoms that were before it. In the same shall 12 kings reign, one after another. Wherefore the second shall begin to reign, and shall have more time than any other 12. Okay, and what he talking about, those 12? He talking about not Eastern Europe, they talking about Western Europe. You understand me? Western Europe is what they talking about. Okay? Hey, it is what it is, alright? And oh yeah, we're gonna have more time to rule. Meaning that Portuguese ruled for about what? 584 years. Spain for about 524. But they began to rule, right? And the next one that's gonna have more time than any other 7 is what we call is England. Why? Because England is still ruling to this day. Because you had, even though Queen Elizabeth died, you got King Charles, right? And then you got Harry, and then you got the sons of Princess Diana now. Okay, so and you got the future King Harry. Okay, see, so the British, England is going to have more time than any other 12 in Western Europe. You understand? It is what it is. Verse 16. And this do the 12 wings signify which thou sawest, as the voice which thou heardest speak, and that thou sawest not to go out from the head. Let's read verse 17 again. As the voice which thou heardest speak, and that thou sawest not to go out from the heads, but from the midst of the body thereof. This is the interpretation. And what he talking about is America coming out of England. He going back into the American Revolutionary War when America got its independence from England. You understand me? That's what it's talking about. That moment, that period in history. Okay? And it didn't come, let me go back to 17. And it said, as for the voice that which thou heardest speak, and that thou sawest not to go out from the head, but from the midst of the body. See, so it didn't come from the head of the Roman Empire. It didn't come here from Western Europe. It broke from England. It got its independence religiously. You understand me? Because the Roman Empire was never defeated, but through democracy, it was broken up. Okay. Now America, now when they say gonna have more time to rule, it's not talking about America. See, even though people count from the 1600s, now they say like about 400 years, and that's not the case. That's not true. American history starts in 1788. So America been in play for about close to 300 years. But prior to George Washington being the first president, European president, white man in American history, you had 6 black presidents before George Washington, because America was founded on black. But that's another video. Do you understand me? That's what it is. Okay? Verse 18. That after that time of that kingdom there shall arise great strivings, and it shall stand in peril of falling. Nevertheless, it shall not then fall, but shall be restored again to his beginning. As thou sawest the 8 small, and whereas thou sawest the 8 8 small under feathers sticking to her wings. This is the interpretation thereof. That in him there shall arise 8 kings, whose time shall be but small, but their years swift. 2 of them shall perish, the middle time approaching, and the 2 going to perish when the middle time approaching is what we know in Portuguese and Spain. Do you understand me? And their time was approaching, because then you had the Louisiana Purchase, you had the treaty with America and British. You understand me? I'm not British, with England and so forth, right? Okay. Verse 21. And 2 of them shall perish. Wait, let's read verse 20 again. That in him there shall arise 8 kings, whose time shall be but small, and their years swift. 2 of them shall perish, the middle time approaching. 4 shall be kept until their end begin to approach. And the 4 that's going to be kept to the end approach is Germany, Italy, France, and England and America. But it's going to be England. When they're talking about the 7th, America is out the picture. You understand me? So the 4 that's going to remain is Germany, Italy, France, and England. You understand me? And their time is approaching. You understand? Because when you go into biblical prophecy, 6,000 years is basically up. Okay? Do you understand me? And you can see Germany went through its World War I, World War II, and it's still going through with Russia, because they still paying Russia, but they want America to protect them. You got Italy and France with the policies of democracy and enslaving the people, and then England, the monarchy system. See, so you're going to have 4 out of the 7 heads: England, France, Italy, and Germany. Those are the 4. You understand me? But 2 shall be kept until the end. And the 2 that's going to be kept to the end is Italy and France. Okay, Germany split, okay, because they had a socialism. They had a communism system too in northern Germany when it was split, the Berlin Wall. But what's going to be left is Italy and France, because this is the home of the Edomites. You understand me? The home of Esau. You understand? Hey, it is what it is. Because see, those 2 are heavy into democracy. They're going to follow America. So when Trump said, I'm going to back out of NATO, Italy and Germany and France, they was upset. They was, no. You understand me? Because they know and understand they don't have no power. You understand me? But through democracy. All right? It is what it is. Verse 22. And whereas thou sawest 3 heads resting in the interpretation, in the last days shall the Most High raise up 3 kingdoms, and renew many things therein, and they shall have dominion of the earth, and of those that dwell therein with much oppression, above all those that were before them. Therefore they are called the heads of eagle, for these are they that shall accomplish his wickedness. Okay, and again, that's going to accomplish his wickedness is Italy, France, and England, and America is still tied with England. Now America is going to be reduced to another 3rd world country, but yet America is still going to exist and still going to be tied to England financially. You understand me? So in the last days, I'm going to finish it in, are going to be 3: Italy, France, and America. Okay, America and England financially are together. You understand me? It is what it is, okay? See, so you're going to have 3 that's going to bring about the end. America is going to be reduced to another 3rd world country, to where America ain't going to be shit. Do you understand me? So you're going to have Italy, France, and England. You understand? Hey, it is what it is. Because see, Germany ruled for like 207 years so far. Italy 85, France 150. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so understand, America and England has a monarchy system. You understand me? Now the seven, they don't have no monarchy system, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or the 6 don't have a monarchy system. They have a semi-monarchy system, but they have democracy. So they have really no power. You understand me? So the 7 heads are what we know today as NATO. The 8th kingdom, or the 8th beast, or the 8th head is what we know as America. Do you understand me? So these are the things that y'all need to know and understand. Learn what y'all worshiping.